So this is my third test, and it's basically that I'm trying, in fact, to get in touch into the Wikidata itself and the basics of Wikidata. So if the Wikimedia Foundation let us, I mean us is the contributors to Wikimedia Commons to test this feature, the first problem is that me, for example, and I would say the majority of the contributors to Commons does not know Wikidata. At first of all, we have to study the concept with Wikidata, and let's switch it to English again to see it, show it better. So I figure out that that this label goes here, but it could change itself. So it's not so much it's not a problem if I have more items, more media infos which have the same name, because something similar is happening on Wikipedia. If I write Prague, which is the capital city of the Czech Republic, let's write it in Czech. Prague is the capital city of the Czech Republic, but it's also unincorporated community in Texas. So basically, if I go here, I see Prague here because it's called Prague in English. And if I want the one in Texas, Prague, which is this one, I see here again Praha. Well, yeah, never mind. But on Wikipedia there would be a disambiguation, and here it's So now I understand the concept of the item. So basically, in the system, it's under this code. Let's call it a code. I don't know, sorry guys, how it's called officially. And this is just the name of that code. So every article on Wikidata has its representation, right? Or every item, every article, I would say, because I heard that you're going to add also the dictionary into Wikidata, and it will have the separate namespace. So if something is, so let's say the page Prague on Wiktionary will be in the different namespace. So I guess it will have the, for example, different letter here and the code, and there could be the multiple ones. So then I have here two images. I have here two images with two different media infos, and I call them the same way because they display the red sofa. And yeah, I was just having a fun here. I was looking what the other guys, how they were experimenting with this labeling here. So you would, whatever you write here into the label, that's the name of that label in that proper language. I was looking what the other guys, like in recent changes, what kind of labels they were doing. Parquet. So some of them were like, this is like the item, the name, the label from the page itself. Let's see, yeah, that's kind of a parking ticket, and there's a Russian flag on standard, yeah. But yeah, this is like written the long way, flag test. The file name is different here, but it definitely describes, or the picture definitely shows that Russian flag on the standard ship. If I'll open it, it's a Russian flag on the standard ship. So, and it looks like from the discussion on the Wikimedia Commons that the other guys are also talking about it. So if I ask back what's the caption, what we should test, caption, it's probably this label here. probably. Let's say probably. So yeah, that's a question. That's a question, and I go back to my idea that this media info or label, let's call it label, it's label, sorry, this label, or maybe in English it's called caption. I think the better idea would be definitely the file name or something from the file name. Basically, if we go have a look into the origins of Wikimedia Commons and the file naming, like this was developed because on Wikimedia Commons you cannot have the same name for for more images. So that's why there's usually the main topic and the specific thing. So if I will have a detailed picture of the red sofa, I would probably name the file red sofa, comma, detail on, I don't know, handle, for example. And if I will have more images of the same sofa and detail on handle, I would just make numbers like red sofa, comma, handle in detail 1, then handle in detail 2 and 3. So yes. So my proposal now would be, let's if we have the way of some standard file naming on Wikimedia Commons, let's use it as a label. But the problem may come if it is not so clear in other languages. I mean, the file name, if it's not so clear in other languages, that's the trouble. And the other trouble is that, as far as I know, there's not a standard way in broad Wikimedia Commons how to name files, because 2 years ago we were from the Czech Republic. We were creating a lot of pictures in Poland, and once we were uploading them and naming them, we figured out that the Polish community follows a different standard of naming files than Czech community, so there's not a broad standard, and that's probably a problem, because then I don't know what might be happening then, that the English community will create a label regarding the English standard and Czech regarding the Czech standard. So finally it may look something like this fun I created here. Let's have a look at my contribution. This funny thing I have created here, that here you can see that there will be a different standard for naming in Czech, so, and it will be pretty different from other standards. So that's actually the problem. Well, so I think it's maybe for the discussion, and for now I would be thinking about it. Now I think I have understood it, what we're looking for here, and I think there's a way to think about it, because if you have in Wikipedia, if you have a single articles, you use a very simple name, and sometimes there's a disambiguation, and if you have the Wiktionary queries, it's usually just one word. The fun will come if the wiki data will adopt also the phrases, because there are also phrases on Wiktionary, And here on Wikimedia Commons, it's like pretty similar. That we're almost, the file names are pretty like phrases. Yep. So yeah, I think now there's a way to think about it. And yeah, I think I'm done with the testing for now. Maybe I would think about the problem and then I would love to test it again. But I think, yeah, so let's end it up, and I will write some review now to that page on Wikimedia Commons. But again, the caption, what's caption? If I understood it. Caption, POPISEC, yeah, POPISEC label. Okay, so yeah, I understood it pretty well. That caption is actually this is a caption. What we were talking about, this is a caption in standard Wikidata. It's called a label. Štitek in Czech. Okay, so it's a caption. Thinking. If I have a few moments, thinking. Yeah, I'm still thinking about the idea that it would be nice if we have the Wikidata, not just to place some of these, let's say, lines into the Wikibase or Wikidata, but it would be kind of nice to place the basic file description kind of a tags, so that on this image to place into the Wikidata that's Hotel Thermal, but I'm not sure if the best idea is to do it via saying that the image is instance of, because it's not the picture of Hotel Thermal, it's just the location. So there would be probably a need for this purpose to create a new properties and new statements. And that would be the nice way. I think that the label itself, or the caption in this case, it's not the biggest problem, which us, the Wikimedia community, is searching for. And we can stay even without the caption, or just use this file name, including the file type, because there might be the different file types. And basically then in every other language it's the same, and you will differ just in the description for every other language. And then you will have here statements about the author, about the date of creation, maybe about the camera use, all those technical or even more technical data than were planned. But then there would be also nice to create here kind of a statements about what is depicted. So do not try to add what is depicted into the caption or label. Use the file name with the file type, and just, let's say, push the people to write the description here in English. That could be retrieved from the image description, and then let the other ones translate it, but this load like from here. Yeah, if someone would like to translate this to English, it might be possible, but I would leave this simple, and then here add here more statements, more properties, which would describe the image itself.